Hi, my name is Kiara Kingsley, and before I get into the corrective exercise videos, I just wanted to state that I took my client through a health readiness assessment where he took a PAR-Q to assess if there were any past medical injuries or past medical history or past injuries that could prevent him from performing the exercises safely. After I found that he passed, I took him through the postural assessments. And then my specific region was the lumbopelvic hip complex, specifically low back arching. And I just wanted to state the overactive and underactive muscles since they were not stated in the videos. So the possible overactive muscles could be the latissimus dorsi, hip flexor complex, or erector spinae. And the potential underactive muscles could be the intrinsic core stabilizers, gluteus maximus, or the hamstring complex. Now that that's stated, I'll go ahead and get into my exercise continuum videos. Today, I'm going to be walking through a corrective exercise with my partner. I have the lumbopelvic hip complex specifically, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a transitional posture assessment first, and I'll go ahead and walk him through the overhead squat assessment. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, and you're going to face forward with your arms above your head, so it's aligned with your ear, just like this. And then you're going to squat down like you're going down into a chair. You're going to face forward, and then you're going to come back up, and I'm going to have you do that 5 times. I'm going to analyze him from the anterior, lateral, and posterior views. You're all good. So after analyzing this assessment, I noticed that he has a lower back arch. So since there's multiple overactive muscles, I'm going to go ahead and walk him through the hands on the hip and have him squat again, just to see if that compensation is corrected. So go ahead and do the same thing, but this time hands on the hips. Perfect. Okay, so you can see that it's corrected with the hands on the hips, which indicates overactive latissimus dorsi and then underactive glute max. So we'll go ahead and do inhibitory techniques for that. To assess if the latissimus dorsi is the overactive muscle, I'm going to do a shoulder flexion range of motion assessment. So I'm going to have my partner lie supine on the table, and I'm going to place the axis on the lateral shoulder, and the stationary arm is going to be aligned with the upper thorax, and then the moving arm is going to be aligned with the humerus. And I'll go ahead and have my client flex his shoulder. Perfect. And this measurement was close to 140 degrees. The normal measurement is 160 degrees, so you can tell that this was an overactive latissimus dorsi. For the underactive muscle, glute max is a common one that's associated with the lower back arching. So I'm going to go ahead and do a manual muscle test for that. So I have my client lying prone on the table, and I'm going to have him flex his left knee up, and then I'm going to put my hand on his back and my hand right above his knee, and I'll have him extend his hip up, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and add gradual pressure. And since I was able to push his leg back down, he has a weak gluteus max. I would say it's about a 2 on the scale. Right, now we're going to move into the inhibitory technique for his latissimus dorsi. So I'm going to use a foam roller for the self-myofascial release. So I'll have my client lie on the floor, and I'll go ahead and demonstrate it for you. So you're going to lie on the floor, and you're going to place the foam roller on the back, so you'll lie supine, and you're just going to cross your arms over your chest, and you're going to find the tender spots on your back, and you're going to hold that spot for about 30 to 90 seconds, or until you feel the release as well. So I'll go ahead and have my partner do that. on to the lengthening technique for the corrective exercise continuum. I'm gonna have my client static stretch his latissimus dorsi using this ball right here. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate it really quick. You're gonna get on both of your knees and you're gonna put both of your arms out in front of you and you're just gonna lean forward, keeping that back straight as well so that you can feel the stretch in your latissimus dorsi, and that should isolate it so that that's the main muscle that's being targeted. So I'll go ahead and have my client do that for about 30 seconds. And then ideally you'd want to do 2 to 3 reps of that as well. For the activation technique, I'm going to have my client do the cable kickback to activate the gluteus maximus. So what I'll have him do, I'll have him stand aligned with the cable. He's gonna wrap it around. Since we don't have an actual thing for the ankle, we're just gonna improvise. So he's gonna wrap it around his ankle, and he is going to stand on this box, put his hands on his hips, and he's going to kick his leg back, maintaining that stability. And he's gonna do that for three sets of 10, and it'll be the 2-2-4 tempo. So he'll do 2 seconds concentric contraction, 2 seconds isometric hold, and then 4 seconds eccentric contraction. So you can go ahead and get set up. For the integration technique, I'm going to do a ball squat to overhead press to incorporate the gluteus maximus back into normal movements. So what I'll do is I'll have the ball right here up against the wall, and you're going to have your weights readily available, and you're going to position it so that it's resting on your back. You're going to go ahead and lift the weights up, and it's going to be resting right aligned with your chest. So you're gonna go ahead and squat down to about 90 degrees. And then when you come back up, you're gonna press up to finish. And for the integration techniques, you're gonna do that for about 10 to 15 reps. So I'm gonna have my client do that now. And then he did a good job of maintaining just forward eyesight as well. Perfect.